first deployment in 1974 arrived as a supersonic twin-engine variable sweep wing. The two-place fighter that was designed to engage enemy aircraft in all weather conditions as well as at night.
What? My friends, this is was an amazing jet, and it's kind of crazy that in 74 they have all of this technology. Man, American military are always a step ahead, even back in the day. It's kind of crazy. Today I'll be reacting to why the F-14 Tomcat is such a badass plane. My friends, I'm not aware of the F-14 Tomcat, so this should be an amazing one. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Hello everyone, welcome back again with us at Military TV. In this episode, we're going to talk about the story of the F-14 Tomcat. So,
my friends, right away, is this a famous jet in American military history, or even right now? I'm not sure.
Tomcat really retired, and why everyone still loves it. Keep watching.
I guess you end up answering. It is retired, but is very famous.
You will find the answer in this video. After more than 3 decades in service with the United States Navy, however, the Grumman F-14 Tomcat's demise has left gaps in the carrier air wing that are only now being felt. Designed to incorporate the air combat experience learned during the Vietnam War, the F-14 was the first of the American Teen Series fighters that included the F-15 Eagle, F-16 Fighting Falcon, and F-A-18 Hornet. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat was originally designed to serve aboard U.S. Navy carriers, where they would be the first line of defense against Soviet nuclear bombers. As such, the F-14 was built not just to fight, but to cover great distances at a high rate of speed, so they could rapidly close with approaching bombers, hold their own against fighter escorts, and prevent Soviet nuclear weapons from ever reaching U.S. shores. Fortunately, nuclear war never came. And after the fall of the Soviet Union, the Tomcat's expensive maintenance started to seem a bit less worthwhile. The U.S. Navy eventually decided to phase the F-14 out in favor of the F-A-18 Hornet, an aircraft.
Okay, so this is the one that is replacing the F-14. You know what, leave me the number 18 if I should check this one, because I'm also not aware of the F-A-18 Hornet. But I bet it's probably amazing, because I'm having a feeling the F-14 Tomcat was already amazing. If you end up changing for this one, it's even a bit better.
Aircraft that emphasized ground engagement rather than air superiority. The F-14, which made its first deployment in 1974, arrived as a supersonic twin-engine variable sweep wing. The two-place fighter that was designed to engage enemy aircraft in all weather conditions as well as at night.
What? My friends, this is was an amazing jet, and it's kind of crazy that in 74 they have all of this technology. Man, American military are always a step ahead, even back in the day. It's kind of crazy. By the way, leave a like if you enjoy this type of videos reacting to military stuff. I've been not doing a lot of those, but if you still find them cool, yeah, leaving a like is the best way to tell me.
It was designed to track up to 24 targets simultaneously. The plane featured an advanced weapon system that included a powerful Hughes AWG-9 radar, which when used in conjunction with the Phoenix AIM-54A missiles can pick out and destroy a chosen target from a formation at a distance of over 100 miles.
Wow.
Additional armaments include a variety of other intercept missiles, rockets, bombs, and an internal M61A1 Vulcan 20mm Gatling-style rotary cannon.
Holy, I'm aware of this machine gun. Come on, that beast.
With its variable sweep wing, the F-14 could match the speed of the other aircraft as needed, and for takeoff and low-speed flight, the wings would shift to the front, while for supersonic speeds, the wings could tuck backward. Because of its versatility, it served as an air superiority fighter, fleet defense interceptor, and even tactical reconnaissance platform. In 1995, the U.S. Navy installed the Lockheed Martin Lantern Precision Strike Navigation and Targeting Pod on the F-14. The Lantern targeting pod includes a dual field of view, FLIR, and a laser designator or rangefinder. In other words, Tomcat was among the most capable fighters in the sky back in 1979, with a top speed in excess of Mach 2.4 and a rate
So I was studying this because I react to a lot of videos. At this time, 2.4 Mach is really crazy, right?
of climb of around 45,000 feet per minute. The United States Navy continued to rely on the F-14 through the 1990s and early 2000s, where it was utilized to strike escort and reconnaissance roles in Operation Desert Storm, as well in Operation Deliberate Force and Operation Allied Force in the conflicts in the former Yugoslavia.
So this did a lot of great work.
The F-14's final combat mission took place in February 2006, when 2 Tomcats were used in a bombing mission in Iraq. After retired, the aircraft had still a great potential to be exploited in the following years. However, it was becoming increasingly expensive to maintain, and the Department of Defense decided to cut funding for all Tomcat upgrades, like the Tomcat 21 program, in favor of the new FA-18EF Super.
Oh, friends, so this is not the first time I see this argument, and I know I have some military experts watching my videos, which is kind of crazy, but I'm so happy that I have people that understand this. So, expensive to maintain. So, at one point in this jet life, is easier to make the next one than keep improving this one. I don't understand how is that possible. My first idea would be that there is a lot of old jets, and I don't know, why not make new F-14s? Please explain me in the comments why this is expensive to maintain, but creating a new one is not. Maybe it is, but since the technology is so much better that, okay, let's do the effort for the upgrade. I don't get that very well.
All Tomcat upgrades, like the Tomcat 21 program, in favor of the new FA-18EF Super Hornet.
Yo, I have to check this one, the F-18. Do you guys agree with me? Leave me the number 18, because now I'm super curious to take a look at this.
Indeed, many were not favorable to this decision, as the Tomcat still had some advantages over its replacement.
Oh.
A question comes to our mind: is Tomcat really retired?
What?
This brings us to the sad fate of the retired Navy F-14s. Initially placed in storage, the Tomcats were literally shredded and crushed so as to prevent them from serving as a source of spare parts for Iran. The Tomcat entered service shortly before the F-15 Eagle, an aircraft poised to remain in service for years to come. Did the Tomcat need to go so early? In fact, several different Super Tomcats were proposed to the Navy that would have thoroughly modernized the aging avionics and made it fully capable as a multi-role fighter. One variant, the attack Super Tomcat 21, would even have featured an advanced AESA radar, vector thrust engines, and the ability to supercruise at Mach 1.2, that is, sustain flight speeds over the speed of sound without using the afterburner. However, the Navy chose instead to field the F-18EF Super Hornet. The Hornet airframe was not quite as optimized for air-to-air combat, but still delivered excellent performance, was based on fly-by-wire technology, and cost less money and time to fly and maintain. The choice...
Okay, cost less money to fly and maintain. It is really interesting. New plane costs less money to fly.
Between investing in a Super Tomcat...
Maybe it's a bit more optimized when it comes to fuel consumption.
Or fielding the Super Hornet inevitably involved a trade-off, and the Super Hornet simply came out ahead in the Navy's calculus. Nonetheless, the Tomcat did prove itself to be one of the great American fighters of its era in the hands of both the U.S. Navy and the Iranian Air Force. As stated...
That I don't get it. The Iranian Air Force? Why?
By the U.S. Air Force, Zandi is credited with 11 kills in an F-14, an amazing achievement for any fighter pilot. But he was in good company during the Iran-Iraq War because his fellow pilots were keeping the skies clear.
Oh, so I'm American supporting Iran versus Iraq. Is this the correct assumption? But nowadays there is tension between Iran and American, right?
Clear of any offending Iraqi aircraft. While the F-14 was retired from service with the Navy and supplanted by the Boeing FA-18EF Super Hornet, the Tomcat remains in use with the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force.
Okay.
Only a handful of the planes, which were purchased by the Imperial Iranian Air Force in the 1970s, remain in operation. But according to reports, these aircraft have flown escort missions in Syria, proving that even after nearly 50 years, the Tomcat still has sharp claws. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comment below if you have a great topic to be discussed about military.
Man, so from what I understand, okay, this is retired, but people may be missing this one because it was a legendary jet. Are we going to see some footage of Man, the design is really cool. If you are American, you are so proud of this. I can be sure of that. This is the top of the top in terms of technology, you know. Not nowadays, but back in the day, you know. Because we have to put things in perspective. Holy sweet potato. Come on. Beast. I guess we can end, right? But actually I enjoy to watch this. I bet there is a lot of people studying military history. Makes sense, right? Because this is actually very fascinating. If you really go into this, you can get... Even myself, sometimes I feel like I'm a bit addicted to react to more military stuff. I've been doing some, not reactions, but watching myself some military videos. The reason I stopped putting a lot of them on YouTube was because of a lot of copyrights and stuff like that. To be totally open. But leave a like if you had fun with me. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. By the way, leave the number 18 if I should check the other one. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.